So, hello students, good evening all. Rifat, good evening. Neeraj, Nikhil, good evening. Rabneesh Kashyap, good evening. Vabhya Sharma, good evening. I welcome you all to CLAT Ke Funde. I'm just waiting for a few viewers. Join as fast as possible so that I can start today's lesson. Aditya Tiwari, good evening. Abhishek, good evening. Join fast. Sagar Singh, Koel, good evening to both of you. So I hope everyone is perfectly all right, safe. Within 2 minutes, I am going to start. Jia Singh, Babli Singh, Aditya Tiwari, good evening. Raj Nandini Kundu, good evening. Premangshu, you are safe, fine. Good evening. Ashmita De, good evening. Atharv Mishra, good evening. Okay, so for the viewers who are watching this particular initiative taken by CLAT Gurukul, Sapna Sharma, good evening. Nandita Biswas, good evening. CLAT Ke Funde has been the initiative that is taken by CLAT Gurukul, and we are running this for the benefit of yours. And we hope that you will get lots of benefit from our course, online coaching. And we are trying our level based to fulfill the need of yours in this time. If we are talking about when there is no offline classes, definitely you should be depending on the online classes, and we are trying to feed lots of good things to you from this particular time. So we expect that more number of people to join our classes, and if you like our classes, definitely you should spread the words and you share with other people. And this is Akshay Mahavira, hello, good evening. Shivam Bhadwaj, good evening. Sapna Sharma, good evening. Good evening, everyone. Okay, so already I think 6 year 7 classes have already been done and you have attended. So definitely you are getting lots of benefit from these classes, we hope so. And we are trying to give lots of good material to you as well through our classes, through the practice session. And I'm Lanjan, I'm taking the English classes over here. And for the viewers who are watching for the first time, they should have this kind of concept that CLAT Ke Funde has been taken as an initiative from CLAT Gurukul, and we are running the online classes for you guys so that you can easily go through CLAT. You should be provided lots of practice material. So let us start today's session. What I'm supposed to do, what I believe, I'm just going to share with you guys that most of the time it has become a habit of yours that practice through the books. But when I have gone through all this concept, I have come to a particular conclusion that learning through practice, that will be the best way by which you can easily get through. It will give you lots of exposure. It will get you familiar with the material according to the changed pattern. If you practice, then you understand, it will have a greater impact on your mind. So definitely today I'm going to take a class that is totally based on practice session. I have prepared a worksheet for you, and in that particular worksheet I'm going to cover up 3 different kind of topics. As I have already told you that for CLAT examination only reading comprehension is given, but in that reading comprehension passage, grammatical questions almost 2 year 3 invariably, that number 2 year 3 questions may appear. So you should be ready for the grammatical aspects as well. Apart from CLAT, we're also targeting different kind of law entrance examination like MHCT, IELTS examinations, symbiosis, and all these examinations. And for that particular year, you should move to gap filler. Now, what do you mean by gap filler? Gap filler is a kind of filling the blanks. It can be a single gap filler. It can be double gap filler. Maybe single blank is given in a particular sentence. You have to fill it up according to the meaning. which is the most suitable option, you have to select that. And if it may consist of two different gaps. So in the two gaps, you will be provided in the options two words. So according to the meaning of that particular sentence, you have to fill the words in two gaps, and which according to you the best suitable option, right? And moving from graph filler to spotting error. I had already given you a sheet in the last class. We practiced also that spotting error. You have to find out in which part the error lies. A few sentences will be given, and Sandhya, sir, good evening. Okay, the students are joining still now, and join as fast as possible so that you cannot skip the exercise also. It will be really beneficial for you, I hope so. And I was talking about spotting error. For spotting error, different kind of rules. You need to remember all the rules, and on the basis of all the rules, you will be able to find out the error in which portion the error lies. So in this, on the basis of three different topics, I have prepared worksheet, and one by one, I'm just going to explain. I will give you sufficient time to think it out, and I will be waiting for your reply. I will be waiting for your answer. You think, and then you answer. If you face any kind of difficulty, being a teacher, I should also cooperate with you guys, and whenever you will be solving, I will just shut my mouth at that particular point of view, and after giving specific time, I'll be explaining all these things and I'll be solving. Right, so get ready for the worksheet. It's a worksheet time. First one, all the questions are MCQ. Let me tell you, MCQ based questions on idioms and phrases. First question is that a few days before his death, he made a clean breast of everything. Right, a few days before his death, he made a clean breast of everything. Certain group of words have been underlined. What is that? A clean breast of. Four options are given. First option, it is written confessed, C-O-N-F-E-S-S-E-D. Second option, it is given took off his shirt. C option, it is written suffered. And option 4, it is written spoke ill, I-double-L. Right. So the underlined idioms and phrases, that is a clean breast of. For the time being, if somebody is not having the concept that how we will tackle, look, there are two methods. First one, straight cut. If you know what is the actual meaning of that idioms and phrases, straight cut, you will select the option. Now, considering that you don't have any idea what is the actual meaning of that idioms, so in that case, what you are supposed to do? You have to go through the sentence. You have to try to guess the meaning of the sentence, the context you have to understand, and on the basis of your understanding, you have to select the correct option. Here in the sentence, a few days before his death se kuch din pehle, he made a clean breast of everything. He made it clear everything. And he confessed. Actually, he confessed. He admitted all the things. He made all the things absolutely clear. First option, I have got so many answers. That first answer is A. That is the correct answer. You all have given the answer. You all are perfectly all right. Very good. Your answer is absolutely correct. No hesitation in that. So correct answer will be confessed. Now, took off his shirt. It doesn't have any business with this particular sentence. Meaningless. C option, suffered. Now, I cannot say that he made suffered. He made suffered of everything. That is perfectly wrong. That is absolutely wrong. Option D, spoke ill. What do you mean by spoke ill? Can you tell me what is the meaning of spoke ill? Any one of you? In this particular class, we are not supposed to only select the correct answer. The rest of the words we will disclose, we will discuss the meaning of the rest of the options. It will enhance your vocab also. I have got an answer from Koel, that is talk bad. Exactly, you are absolutely correct. Spoke ill of anybody. It means that to talk about the bad things of someone, yes, somebody. Fine. So correct answer of question number 1, that is confessed. Good. Moving to question number 2. I'm sorry, this whole scheme is done for. I'm sorry, this whole scheme is done for. Refer to defamatory. Okay, fine. Everybody has given the correct answer. Now, moving to question number 2. I am just giving you time. Babli Singh, you have answered A. Koel, your answer is A. Okay. Rest of the people, come on, quick. Aditya Tiwari, ruined. Arif Walker, B. Rewarded. Okay. Rifat, ruined. Shivam Bardwaj, ruined. Atharv Mishra, ruined. Harshita Singh, C. C is answered. Okay. Premanshu, A, ruined. Ashmita, they ruined. Neeraj Nikhil, 2A, ruined. Now, let me explain. I'm sorry, the first part of the sentence that is written, I'm sorry. If somebody is saying that, I'm sorry, it means he is expressing his regret. He is not happy at all. He is not delighted at all. The expression the moment he is saying that, I'm sorry, it means that he is expressing his regret. So, the tone of the sentence, the meaning of the sentence, it will definitely refer to indicate the negative one. In that case, option B, rewarded, will not be there. First, we are going to eliminate that. Okay, fine. So, option B will not be. Next one, we are talking about answered. It is meaningless according to the context of the sentence. I am sorry, this whole scheme is answered. What does it mean? It is absolutely meaningless. So, we eliminate option C. Moving to option D, questioned. I'm sorry, this whole scheme is questioned. No, not at all. So, definitely, this is the first option which is written as ruined. It means completely distracted, completely spoiled. So, I'm sorry, this whole scheme, the scheme was initiated by somebody else to have some good result. But actually, he is feeling sorry that the entire scheme is done for, absolutely spoiled. It doesn't have any good impact. So when we are referring to any bad thing, not good outcome, bad one, if we refer to spoil, the correct word will be ruin. That's why the correct answer is 2A. Most of you are absolutely correct. I appreciate your effort, your understanding. Look, guys, one thing I definitely am just going to share with you, that whenever you are giving the correct answer, I don't know on which basis you are giving the correct answer, but yes, if your answer is correct, it shows that you are on the right track. Your understandability is perfectly all right. You cannot claim that my English is bad. Your English is good. What you lack, that is confidence. Feel confident. You will definitely select the correct answer and it will help you to go ahead in your life. Moving to question number 3. For a healthy and lasting friendship, one must be on the level. Just think it carefully. This is a very tricky sentence. It is confusing too. So have some patience, go through the sentence, concentrate on that, focus on that, and after that you select your correct answer. Question number 3. I'm giving you 2 minutes time. For a healthy and lasting friendship, one must do on the level. Rabneesh Kashyap has given 3C. Okay. Shivam Bardwaj, C or D. Priyanshu, C. Sagar Singh, C. Neeraj Nikhil, C. Sandhya, all of you are giving C. Okay. Now, those Atharv Mishra, your answer is A. Koel, your answer is A. Education first, your answer is C. Akshay Mahavira, ruined. Okay, fine. Now, if we go through the sentence, for a healthy and lasting friendship, one must be on the level. First option is equally rich. The people who have already selected option A, they are absolutely wrong. Let me explain why. First one is that to have a healthy and lasting friendship, one must be equally rich. It is not a condition. It is not the ultimate condition. To be rich enough, it cannot be the ultimate condition in case of lasting friendship. So if you are saying that equally rich will be the answer, it is an absolute statement which cannot be taken into consideration. It cannot be the condition. So we are supposed to eliminate option A at the very beginning. Going to option B, mentally compatible. Two friends are there, their mental compatibility is same. It doesn't mean that they will have lasting friendship. It doesn't mean that they have healthy friendship. So it cannot be the condition. In that way, we eliminate option B. Moving to option C, honest and sincere. Look, in this world, honesty and sincerity are two very much valuable qualities of person which really help to have a lasting impression, which really help to have a lasting friendship or healthy friendship. So the relationship is getting stable with the help of two different virtues or qualities, that is honesty and sincerity. So it can be the answer. Let me consider the D1. Option D, ready for sacrifices. If somebody is ready for sacrificing for somebody else, it doesn't mean that the friendship will be all the time lasting or healthy. From that particular perspective, we can conclude the correct option will be honest and sincere. So I am just taking it out. Correct answer is honest and sincere. Those whoever has given the answer C, they are absolutely correct. At the very beginning, I told you that this question is confusing because perception changes person to person. If you think that it is the necessary condition to be rich, to have a lasting and healthy friendship, it is up to you. It is your perception, but it cannot be considered. So two qualities are there which will definitely give you lasting and healthy friendship. And these are honesty and sincerity. Here it is written in the form of honest and sincere. That's why option C is to be taken as the correct answer. Perfectly all right. Those who have given the answer C, I must appreciate. Those who have made it wrong, no issue, don't worry. It happens. Your thinking ability will be tested over here. All right, keep it up. Now, question number 4. What is written? The foolish young man soon made ducks and drakes of the vast property his father left him. I'm giving you time starts now. Just think it out. The foolish young man soon made ducks and drakes of the vast property his father left him. Waiting for the answer. Question number 4. First option is squandered. Second option is distributed. Third option is spent. And fourth option gave in charity. Whenever you are answering, you should write like 4 dash after that option so that I can easily understand. Most of you are giving the answer option C. Ford C, Ayush Kumar, Ford C, Shivam Bhardwaj, Spencer, Ritesh Arora C, Ford C, Education First, Ford C. I'm really sorry to tell you guys that you have selected the wrong one. Right. Now let me explain what will be the correct answer and why. We are not here to only to select the correct answer. We are here to give the explanation that why I have selected that particular option. So moving from the first option. Do you know what is the meaning of the first option? Squandered. Can anyone tell me what is the meaning of the first option, squandered? Come on, quick. What is the meaning of option A, squandered? Squandered means wasted. Wasted money extravagantly. If somebody is wasting money or time extravagantly or lavishly, then definitely that word is indicated by squandered. I am not going to tell you the correct answer right now. After considering all the options, I will tell you which is the correct option. Fine. Moving to option B, distributed. Now, according to the sentence, the foolish young man soon made distributed of the vast property his father left him. It's totally rubbish. It cannot be the correct answer. He is not going to distribute. If somebody has vast property, he is not going to distribute. So B option, at the very beginning, we can eliminate option B. Moving to option C. Many of you have given the answer option C, spend. The foolish young man soon made spent of the vast property his father left him. Now spent and spent wastefully, spent and spent lavishly, spent and spent extravagantly. There is slight difference in between those two words. If somebody is spending, it doesn't mean that he is spending extravagantly. And if he is spending extravagantly, that will be considered as foolish act. So in this particular sentence, and the last option, gave in charity. If somebody is distributing something of out of the whole property to the charitable organization, definitely it's not going to be a foolish act. From the point of humanitarian ground, you cannot say that if somebody is distributing his property to among the charitable organization, giving to a charitable organization, definitely it's not a foolish act. It's a benevolent act, right? So in that way, your correct answer will be only A, that is squandered. And what does it mean? It means wasted or spoiled extravagantly, or spent extravagantly or lavishly. So spent will not be there. Correct answer will be A. You got it? Am I clear? Have you understood? Okay, fine. So, Akshay Mahavira, I have already explained. The correct answer will be squandered. Fine. Moving to question number 5. All his ventures, now question number 5. All his ventures went to the winds. All his ventures went to the winds. Underlined idioms is went to the winds. Now according to the context of the sentence, 4 options are given. First one, dissipated. Second one, spread all over. Third one, got speed of the winds. And fourth one, became well known. Now think and then give the answer. Ashmita Dev 5A, Premanshu 5D, Akshay Mahavira B, Neeraj Nikhil 5B, Ravnish Kashyap A. Okay. Sarthak Tomar 5D, Education First B, Sanskriti Singh, yes sir, Babli Singh D. Okay, now let me explain. All his ventures, whatever ventures he has taken, all his ventures went to the winds. Somebody has taken different kind of ventures, right? So definitely his objective is to fulfill all the ventures, to see all the ventures become successful. First option is dissipated. What does it mean? It's a new word for you, maybe, may not be. So if you are thinking about the word dissipated, let me tell you, dissipated means waste in a very spreading all over, but wastefully, without having good outcome, right? So you may be confused between these two options, option A and option B. Option B means spread all over. It can be, but in this particular sentence, it cannot be. Why? The sentence, tone of the sentence indicates the negative one. All his ventures went to the winds. हवा हो गया. हिंदी में अगर बात करें तो हवा हो गया. इसका मतलब it indicates the negative meaning, the negative outcome. In this way, dissipated can be considered, but spread, this one, spread all over, it cannot be considered. It should be negated. So I have eliminated this option. Now moving to C, got speed of the winds. It doesn't have any connection with this particular sentence. It is absolutely meaningless. In that sense, you should eliminate this particular option. Moving to option D, became well known. All his ventures went to the winds. All his ventures became well known. It cannot happen. So it is once again is considered as meaningless. So option D also eliminated. Now you have only one option left, and that is dissipated. And that should be the correct answer. Those whoever has given the answer dissipated, they have selected this one as the correct answer. They are absolutely correct. Rest of the people, they have tried. I must appreciate, at least you have tried. You tried to understand, and you must understand in which way I am going to select the correct option. According to the contextual meaning of the sentence, you have to decide which is going to be the most suitable answer. Fine. So 5 questions are based on idioms and phrases, and you should remember most of the idioms and phrases, common idioms and phrases as much as possible, so that it will be a good preparation for you for the competitive examinations like MHCT. Why am I taking the example of MHCT? Because they are definitely going to give the questions based on idioms and phrases. Now, what are the tips? Many of you have the question in your mind that, sir, how many lots of idioms and phrases are there in this world? So how can we remember? How is it possible to mug up all the idioms and phrases? It cannot be possible. So how? What are the tips? Here are the tips I have prepared for you so that you can follow, and idioms and phrases will be at your fingertips. What you are supposed to do? Tips, idioms and phrases. First one, do not limit yourself to the meaning only. Context is to be understood. That's what I was discussing earlier one. In a particular sentence, according to the literal meaning of the words, you should not go. Rather, you should focus on the contextual meaning of that particular sentence. That what is the essence, what is the inner theme the sentence conveys to you. So you should focus on the contextual meaning as well. Number 2, revise every day, have a notebook and write in it. Look, my dear students, it is a very healthy habit that you should have a notebook all the time in your hand. You should write most of the idioms and phrases you have come across, and you should note it out every day. In the morning session, you should revise at least 10 per day, at least 20 per day as per your capacity, and it will be a really healthy exercise for you. Number 3, avoid cramming. Don't learn too many idioms at the same time. Look, idioms and phrases are such kind of thing. I have got a question from Sujit Hole. Any book for it? Look, in this particular world, there are ample scope. You can get lots of study material from from the nets, from different kind of websites, and we are also providing lots of. I will also give you sufficient practice, and in every day, in every class, if we are practicing like 5 or 10, I will increase the number of idioms and phrases, and I will use the common idioms and phrases as well. So you will be definitely getting a good number of stock of idioms and phrases. And if you are talking about books are always available. You can have a collection of idioms and phrases from any grammar book. From the book, get the study material also. And you can also our study material avail. You can also avail our study material. You can have a good stock by reading different kind of grammar book, or as well Aryan publication book is quite good, so you can go through that. What do you mean by cramming? At the same time, trying to remember number of idioms and phrases. It has become almost a natural tendency of the students that before the examination, they go for practicing number of times. Suddenly, they have the feeling that, yes, I need to have the solid preparation. And suddenly you have awakened at the latter stage. You should have this kind of guts feeling that, yes, we should have practiced earlier one right from the beginning. So at that very moment, on that particular point of time, you should not cram those things. You should not try to practice. You should not overload yourself by practicing number of idioms and phrases. Have a fixed target that 5 to 10 idioms and phrases per day. It will fulfill your need. And lastly, most importantly, try to use it in your daily life. Those people who are saying that that we are supposed to we cannot speak in English, we cannot interact with the other guys in English, our English is weak. Look, the thing starts from the smaller level and gradually it is getting upgraded, and at the end of the day, after a few days, you will find yourself that you are quite comfortable to interact with the other guys in English. And whenever you are using short sentences, try to include those idioms and phrases in your sentences so that you will have a practice, and while you are practicing, definitely it will be handy for you. It will be in your mind that whenever you are using these idioms and phrases, definitely you have a good command over idioms and phrases. Moving to the next segment, get ready with all your stamina and concentration. Next segment is gap filler. At the very beginning, I had given you the idea that it can be one gap filler, it can be two gap fillers, it can be one blank, it can be two blanks. So here it is. The first question is, attention needs to be blank to both cyclical and structural dimensions of India's present dash means blank slowdown. Your first option is infrastructure functionality. Second option is paid economic. Third option is sought remote. And fourth option is willing sharing. And fifth option is developed funding. Now I am waiting for the answer. Anjali Pathak, Neeraj Nikhil, not now. Anjali Pathak, B. Most of the answers are coming from the student, that is B. Option B, paid economic. Paid economic. Most of all of you guys are giving the answer option B. According to you, option B is the correct answer. Okay, fine. I must say, everybody, whoever has given the answer, all of you are absolutely correct. Sagar Singh, you have selected E, develop funding. Okay. Shivam Bharadwaj, sir, B. Fine. How would you tackle? Just going through the tricks. Look, how many gaps, how many fillers are there? First one. This is the first one. And this is the second one. It is not necessary that you should attack from the first gap, that is this one. It may also happen that you should reverse your strategy. You should go from the second blank. In this particular sentence, from the second blank, if you proceed to the first one, it will be easier for you. Why am I saying that? Economic slowdown, it's a common terminology. In our daily life, very often we use this kind of wordings, that is economic slowdown. So second blank will be filled by economic. Now you find in which option the word economic is there. In option B, the second option is there, economic. So it is going to be filled in this particular slot. So automatically the first option, that is paid. Attention needs to be paid. It's a phrase, to pay attention. Just mind it. It's a phrase, to pay attention. So both the words fit in those two gaps. First one is economic slowdown and second one is economic slowdown and first one is paid. And one another aspect, you have several options. Look, grammatically, if you proceed after B, the verb will be in the third form. In case of passive voice, attention needs to be, now pay, the third form of pay is paid, P-A-I-D. Attention paid, to pay attention. It's a very common term. So in that respect also, from that particular perspective, you could have selected the answer within a fraction of second. And that is your correct answer will be B, paid. Now, what are the meaning of the rest of the words? Infrastructure. What is the meaning of infrastructure? Premangshu saying we read daily newspaper, economic slowdown due to COVID-19. Absolutely. Okay. I am quite agreed with Premangshu. He has identified the right thing. In the daily newspaper, you find invariably the heading is that, just like that, whatever he has written. Perfectly all right. So that is what I am talking. Right? Daily newspaper, reading daily newspaper, it will be your habit. It will give you familiarity with the proceedings, whatever, with the happenings all around the world every day. And at that particular time, you should be well acquainted with the phrases or terminology of daily use. In that case, your correct answer, infrastructure means the things which are needed for organizational aspect for any establishment, and the functionality, that is function. SOUT, the word SOUGST, SOUT, can anyone tell me? I am getting a question from that which newspaper we should read. I have discussed earlier one. You can read the Hindu, you can read Indian Express, you can read the Telegraph, Times of India, whatever newspaper. It hardly matters, but the Hindu is the best one. SOUT, what is the meaning of SOUT? SOUGHT, anyone? If you have the choice between the Hindu newspaper or Times of India, it should be the Hindu newspaper. I would prefer that, right? SOUT, SOUGHT, this word comes from SEEK, seek. Seek means to attain, to desire to have, attain something. Seek का past form है SOUT, SOUGHT, and remote, distant. Developed, you know that, and funding, you require funding to initiate something. And willing, desirous to do something, and sharing, you are sharing your views with somebody else, like that. So, question number 1, correct answer will be B. Your effort is absolutely perfect, no issue. Question number 2, go through that carefully. 1 dash, the new scheme is that it might actually dash just those applicants that it was intended to encourage. Go through the sentence with utmost concentration because there is a certain twist. So please concentrate and focus on this particular sentence. Don't do haste. Because work done in haste often goes waste, you know that. Nandita Biswas, your answer is D. Anjani Pathak A. Babli Singh C. Akshay Mahavira A. Neeraj Nikhil 2A. Okay, I have got a few answers. Rifat has, sir, please give a side. Yeah, Rifat. Now is it visible, Rifat? To A, Harshita Singh, Premangshu B. I've got almost all the participants have given the answer. Fine. Now let me proceed with the sentence. Okay. 1 dash, the new scheme is that it might actually dash just those applicants that it was intended to encourage. Look how you would tackle, how you would attack this particular sentence. I am going to split this sentence in 2 parts. This is my approach. First part, 1 dash, the new scheme is that I split from here. The first part starting from 1 up to that. Second part, it might actually just those applicants that it was intended to encourage. Right. The first part is and the second part is exactly indicating the opposite of the first part. The new scheme has certain features. And what was the feature? It was intended to encourage the applicants. Fine. Now, second part, it might actually dash. It will be in a negative one. It will be opposing the first part. I've already told you. First part is the positive one. It should be. So, in the first part, if you write that one drawback of the new scheme is that it might actually just those applicants that it was intended to encourage. What do you mean by encourage? First tell me what is the meaning of encourage. Come on. What is the meaning of encourage? What does it mean? What is the meaning of encourage? Is it a positive word or a negative word? Encourage is a positive word or negative word? That is my question. Please answer me. Shivam Bhardwaj, so confused. Don't be confused. To motivate. Okay, it is a positive word. Exactly. In the second part, this word indicates the positive one. Right? So in this part, the scheme definitely has some demerit or drawback. That's why it is written that it might actually do what? Don't. What do you mean by don't? D-A-U-N-T. Don't means intimidate. Don't means intimidate. Now, here is our option. Option D, there is a word which is written as intimidate. So this could have been your option because these two words mean the same. But in the first blank, you cannot write attraction. If it would have been one attraction of the new scheme, so you could not have written like it might actually don't. So definitely the first blank will be filled by a negative word, and that negative word will be drawback. If it would have been attraction, it cannot be written like that. It might actually don't just those applicants. Getting my point or not? The first part will be drawback, demerit, and the second part will be don't. Don't means intimidate. But here attraction cannot be filled in this particular slot. Otherwise the meaning would have been changed. So definitely your correct answer will be option E. Correct? Damn sure. Question number 3. Go through that. Why not A, sir? Somebody has raised a question, why not A, sir? Okay. Let me go back. I'm just getting back. Somebody has asked that why not A? One highlighted the new scheme. One highlight of new scheme is that it might actually stimulate just those applicants that it was intended to encourage. Highlight always indicates the positive one, right? And stimulate also indicates the positive one. The sentence demands a combination of positive and negative. In that case, it cannot be the correct option. Got it? Now, Sanskriti Singh, your answer is B, feature of and attract. One feature of the new scheme is that it might actually attract those applicants that it was intended to encourage. If it was intended to encourage, so how can it be attract? Once again, feature and attract both are positive words. Got it? The sentence demands one positive word and one negative word. That's why it is happening. Fine. Moving to question number 3. The fire drill shows our ability to blank in pre-selected destinations during an emergency. Now, come on. Waiting for your answer. The fire drill shows our ability to dash in pre-selected destinations during an emergency. Select your correct answer. 3D. Okay. Nidhi Kumari, 3D. Okay. Premanshu, D. Rifat, D. Sujit Hol, D. Jayachand, D. Fine. Let me start. The fire drill is an exercise which shows our ability to, what kind of ability? To do what? To dash in pre-selected destinations during an emergency. Right. If there is an emergency in a particular situation, in a particular place, the fire drill exercise always prompts you to go to that particular place immediately. Right. So, to go in a group, first option is composite. The fire drill shows our ability to composite. Composite is, it cannot be the correct answer. First, you are supposed to eliminate this one. A cannot be the answer for sure. Nobody has, education first has given the answer A. The fire drill shows our ability to composite. No, it cannot be to composite. Composite is adjective, right? Compose, if it would have been written as compose, then I would have thought it. But composite, it cannot be there. B, accumulated. Now, if we consider the option B, accumulated, so after 2, how can you write accumulated? It should have been accumulate, then I would have thought or considered. That's why B will not be there. So I am going to eliminate option B as well. Moving to option C, aggregate. What do you mean by aggregate? To form a group, to go in a group, right? After to, it should be V1, the first form of the verb. It is, aggregate is the first form of the verb and it means to go in a group. It can fit this particular slot. Understood? Moving to option D, assembling. ing cannot be after to. So it cannot be the option. Now option A, collection. To collection. How can you say 2 plus V1 is the format? So that's why D cannot be also, E cannot be also the correct answer. So your correct answer will be aggregate. And it is justifying the structure of grammar. After to, it should be V1 infinitive mode. Correct? Understood everyone? Am I clear? Okay. Let me proceed to the next question. Question number 4. Here is the question. Dash by nature, Jones spoke very little even to his own family members. And here are the options. First option is garrulous. Second option is equivocal. Third option is taciturn. Fourth option is arrogant. And option E, gregarious. Now come on. Okay, I've got a few answers over there. So let me start without wasting time. Dash by nature, Jones spoke very little. The highlighting factor of this particular sentence is this one. Jones spoke very little. Dash by nature, Jones spoke very little. Even to his own family members. Okay, even to his own family members. Jones is a person, even to his own family members, he doesn't speak a lot. So it means that he is very reserved kind of person. He doesn't want to speak a lot. It means that he is really reticent kind of person. It cannot be garrulous. Garrulous means talkative. One who loves to talk unending way. So if you say that garrulous by nature, you cannot say Jones spoke very little. Jones should have spoken much more. So as in the sentence it is written, Jones spoke very little. That's why garrulous, first I am going to eliminate this option, that is garrulous. It means exactly opposite of this meaning of the particular sentence. Option B, equivocal. What do you mean by equivocal? Taciturn means reticent. Taciturn means one who speaks less. Sweetie, taciturn means who is reserved by nature, introvert, he doesn't want to speak. Okay. Now, can you tell me what is the meaning of equivocal? Taciturn means reserved. Taciturn means reticent. Taciturn means one who speaks less. What is the meaning of equivocal? I'm waiting for ambiguous. Neeraj, Nikhil, ambiguous, perfectly. Okay, good, very good, Neeraj. Equivocal means ambiguous. What is vague? So it cannot be ambiguous by nature. Ambiguous means doubtful, dubious, susceptible. So it cannot be the option. I'm going to eliminate the word equivocal also. Now taciturn, I have already, it does have a connection with the word reticent, or taciturn means one who speaks less. Jones usually speaks less. That's why spoke very little even to his own family members. Arrogant, it means different. Arrogant means anyone? Come on. What is the meaning of arrogant? Come on, give me the answer. What is the meaning of arrogant? Arrogant means aggressive. Arrogant means conceited. Arrogant means haughty. Arrogant means hubristic. So many words are there, right? So it cannot be the correct option. Okay. Now gregarious. What is the meaning of this particular word gregarious? Everyone is perfectly all right. Egoful, bad speaker, pride, haughty. Okay, fine. Now, what is the meaning of gregarious? Social, sociable, Rifat, Harshita Singh. You all are correct. Gregarious means sociable, one who loves to mix in the society. So gregarious by nature doesn't have any connection with the speaking very little. So the correct answer will be this one, and that is taciturn. Moving to question number 4. Unwilling to admit that they had been in error, the researchers tried to dash their case with more data obtained from dubious sources. Unwilling to admit that they had been in error, the researchers tried to dash their case with more data obtained from dubious sources. First option is ascertain, second one is buttress, third one is refute, and fourth one is absolve, and fifth one is dispute. Let me tell you what are the meaning of the words first, and after that I should move on, right? Ascertain means to determine. Here, option B, buttress means support. Fine. Option C, refute. Refute means reject. Absolve means to get somebody free from any kind of guilt. Any other word for absolve? Exculpate or exonerate. Next one is dispute. Dispute means squabble, any altercation. Okay, so I have got a few answers over here. Unwilling to admit that they had been in error, the researchers tried. For example, just forget about this sentence. Just concentrate, just listen to what I am saying. The thing is that if somebody has committed a mistake, definitely he is not going to admit the mistake. He will put forward a few instances so that he can prove himself that yes, I did not commit any kind of crime, or I did not do any kind of mistake. The worst part of the sentence, they had been in error, it is negative one. The researchers tried to what? The researchers had been in error, so they are going to give support. And if you are talking about support, your answer will be buttress. The rest of the words do not have any connection with that. If you are saying, I have got an answer of, somebody has written the answer refute. Refute doesn't have any, to refute their case, how? The researchers are going to support, to put forward some instances over there. So correct answer will be buttress. What should be your ideal approach for gap filler? Right. First, try to understand the context of the given sentence. What is the actual meaning? Next, determine the tone of the missing word, whether it is positive or negative. Is it a fact or it is an idiom? Okay. You have to find out the word is positive or negative. From the option, select the positive word, and eliminate the negative one. If the answer demands the negative one, select the negative words and eliminate the positive one. Next one, check grammatical construction. It will help you. If you check the grammatical construction, it will definitely help you. For example, 2 plus V1, right? Am oblique is oblique R plus V4. These are the grammatical structures. And once you are done with all these steps, go for the process of elimination. Elimination process is very handy. Do remember that. Our last exercise, spotting error. First, quick. After the accident, they tried to identify the victims, but the bodies were too mangled to be found. Now, is it okay? Is it visible? After the accident, they tried to identify the victims, but the bodies were too mangled to be found. Okay, let me proceed. Here is one word which you need to focus on. The word is mangled. What does it mean? What is the meaning of mangled? It means mangled means mutilated, separated. Fine. So after the accident, they tried to identify the victims, but the bodies were too mangled, mutilated, separated to be found. If the body mangled means the body is mangled, it means that it is in front of your eyes. So if it is in front of your eyes, so what is the necessity of writing this word found? It is already found. Okay? Mangled means separated. So how can you say that it is separated? Because you were seeing that body in front of your eyes. So once mangled is there, found word is, it cannot be there because already it has been found. So in this part, to be found, part C, it should be, this word will be replaced by recognized. Something has been found and you were seeing that, and after that you are not supposed to recognize it. Mangled already has given the idea that it has been found because it is in front of your eyes. So what you are supposed to do, you have to recognize. Can be found replaced by, yeah, of course, Pramanshu, it can be identified or recognized. Anyway, the part D contains the error. So correct answer will be D. It's a wonderful question. You should practice this kind of questions. Once again, mangled means separated, mutilated. So it is already in front of your eyes. So there is no question of getting found, rather identified or recognized. So correct answer will be part D. That part contains the error. Question number 2. When the election results were announced, the supporters of the losing candidate sent on rampage, smashing cars and buses. Come on. Look, when the election results were announced, the supporters of the losing candidate sent on rampage. There is a phrase, and the phrase is went on rampage. Went on rampage is a phrase. The phrase, original phrase is went on rampage, and here it is written sent on rampage. So sent will be replaced by the word went. And what does it mean? Everything gets distracted. In a violent way, everything ruined. In a violent way, everything has been spoiled. So the phrase is went on rampage, and here it is used sent. So part C will be the correct answer. Got it? Am I clear? Every one of you, am I clear? C part has an error. Okay. Let us proceed to question number 3. Many men and women are so money-minded that they do not undertake any serious work that do not pay. Many men and women are so money-minded that they do not undertake any serious work that do not pay. In this particular question, without wasting time, in this particular question, look, what I am underlining, any serious work, right? If work is there, it is considered as the singular one. So that it is the wrong application. It should be replaced by does. Do will be replaced by does because work is third person singular number. That's why do will be replaced by does. So your correct answer will be part D, not C. It is D. They do not undertake is perfectly all right. No issue with that. C part is perfectly all right. The error is in part D, and that is does not. Why does not? Because that word, it indicates work, and work is third person singular number, so work does not pay. Fine? Clear? Okay. Moving to question number 4. Quick. Some genuine issues exist with the newly adopted system and needs to be examined seriously. Some genuine issues exist with the newly adopted system and needs to be examined seriously. Okay? Now I am highlighting the word genuine issues. It is plural. So perfectly all right, no issue in first part. It is accordingly exist. It is also okay. No issue. Issues, that's why exist. If it would have been written as issue, it would have been exists. But here it is exists, all right. Newly adopted system and needs. Here the word needs, that is wrong. The word needs, wrong. Why needs wrong? Because need, it should be replaced by need. Look here, it is exist. It cannot be exists. And that's why it should be need, because issues need. Clear? So part D has an error. Am I clear? Explanation is perfectly okay to you guys? Have you understood it? Clear? Any confusion? If not, let me move to the next one. The last question for today. The interim report does not analyze thoroughly the principal causes of the disaster. The interim report does not analyze thoroughly the principal causes of the disaster. It's a very simple question. Here, there is a word like principle. Principle means जिसको हिंदी में हम लोग बोलते हैं सिद्धांत, कोई नीति, right? Archimedes principle, you know that. So it should be, it is the wrong word. It should be principle. It should be principal causes. It should be principal causes. It cannot be principle. जिसको हिंदी में हम लोग बोलते हैं मुख्य, main. Right. So for expressing the main cause, it should be principle. And here it is written principle. That's why this part contains the error. So I have given you a complete worksheet. Each worksheet consisting of 5 different questions based on different topics. It's a very healthy practice. Have you enjoyed, guys? Have you enjoyed today's worksheet? Come on, answer me. Now, definitely, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Whatever we have been doing, that is all for you guys, so that you can understand what is the application, what is the explanation, what is the logic behind it. Our objective is not only to satisfy you by selecting the answer. My objective is definitely what is the logic behind that answer, and it is going to be really beneficial for you. I can make you sure about it. What are the tips of spotting error? Go through the rules and application of the important topics of grammar. And important topics of grammar, definitely it is all about spotting error rules. Now, rules of noun, pronoun, adjective, verb, adverb, preposition, conjunction, all these things. Done. And try to solve at least 20 questions per day. Right now, you have to chalk out your time from your packed schedule. You should practice at least 20 questions per day on the basis of spotting error. From next, you will get sufficient material. You should go through that. You practice, explain, try to understand the explanation also. And in my class, definitely I will give you lots of practice so that you should have a good command over spotting error. Let me remind you of the routine. And today is Tuesday. I have already taken my English class. Tomorrow the class is of analytical reasoning. It will be taken by Sudhir sir. Thursday, critical reasoning. Friday, legal. Critical reasoning will be taken by, on Thursday, critical reasoning will be taken by Anurag sir. And on Friday, legal, once again, it is going to be taken by whom? Abhinav sir, Kumar Abhinav. And Saturday, it will be vocab enhancer, will be taken by me. And next class, quantitative technique, it will be taken by Sudhir sir. Right, this is the routine. You should follow, you should note it down and practice accordingly. And lastly, I can only say that if you have liked the class, if you have liked the proceedings, if you like the approach, what we are sharing, you should share as much as possible with all of your friends, with all the people you are in connection. And if you have any query, all the numbers are given, WhatsApp number, mobile number already given over there. You should communicate yourself to that particular number, and all the best for the coming future. That's all. Thank you very much.